What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys, and today I have a review of the Papo Articulated Air Dragon. That's right, my zillions, as seen a couple of times on the Ultra Z news. The Air Dragon is finally in the United States. That's right, when we first heard about it, it was out in Europe way back in March. A couple of reviewers, European reviewers, French reviewers had gotten their hands on it and had reviewed it, and that's all there was on this guy. It was up on Amazon UK, but it was pretty pricey plus shipping to get. So I, at the time, did not try to get it. I was like, let's just wait till it comes to US and see what the prices really are. But as of this writing, still hasn't hit like Amazon. You know, there's a lot of Papo there. Papo, I don't even know. A lot of their items are there, but there's a lot of shops that do sell it. One of those shops that I've seen online since March, finally, that is in the US, finally got theirs in, but the price was something like $65, which seemed astronomically high. On eBay, you can get it for about $45 or so, plus shipping. And then I found this guy. I found him in store in a local shop that I've talked about here before. It's called Nearguard Toys. It's actually Nearguard Pharmacy, and they have like an upstairs toy section that everybody just calls Nearguard Toys. I don't know if that's like the official name of it, but me and ultrazillatoys Jr. were in the neighborhood. We stopped in. I wasn't even looking for this. I was just looking around, and as we were on our way out, I happened to look over, their dinosaur section. Papo for totally, and other stuff is in that section. And this guy just jumped out at me. I was like, oh my god, is that the articulated air dragon? And it is, and this is exactly how it comes, guys. Just like this, no box. It's just like any other Papo, but it does come with this thing here. And you do have this, and I paid $42.99. Considering I didn't have to pay tax, I was totally good with it. Seems kind of pricey for a Papo, but it's articulated, and this is the lowest price I've seen thus far. So we'll see how much it is when it comes on to Amazon and such. But I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to support a local shop. They don't have a web shop, sorry, but so don't ask me to pick you up one. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. If you want to know, there's nothing in here but warning, so yeah, there's that. Alright, now here is, I was gonna say the Rathalos, but you can see why, right? And it's a lot smaller than like the SH Monster Ultra Rathalos. This is closer to what like a Revoltech one is, but it's actually really nicely scaled, as you're gonna see a little bit later. I think it's pretty cool, honestly. It's not perfect in a few ways. I mean, first and foremost, he's kind of weird as far as having to stand. You're gonna have to do something like that if you want to. So getting a stand for this guy is pretty good, or keeping this if you want. But it's an open figure, so there's going to be like minor little paint issues that happen when you get open figures, and if you've gotten any like Papo or Slake or any of those like dinosaur type figures, the paints at the edges here and there are not going to be perfect because it's going to be banged around, but there's going to be other little paint discrepancies between these things. I had 3 to choose from in store, and I determined, me and ultrazillatoys Jr., thankfully he was there because I needed a second set of eyes to pick through everything. We determined that this one seemed like the best one of the 3. So let's look at it, you know, whatever little things there are, we'll point them out as we see them. But it looks really nice. The head sculpt is excellent. I really like it a lot. Check it out. The eyes look pretty good. The sculpt work is fantastic. That's what it looks like from the front. The eye, I mean, the eyes look weird, but like, you know, once you look at it just like that, they look all right. You know, maybe this side could be a little bit better. The inside of the mouth looks good. Tongue looks good. Teeth are very nice. I do have, I don't know if it's a hair or a piece of plastic. It's hard. When you touch it, it's kind of hard. So, I don't know. It doesn't move. So I got to cut that, whatever it is. You see that right there? Yeah. But it looks awesome. The head sculpt is beautiful. Nice paint. Very, very nice. There's an awesome wash on the black parts. You see that? Look at that, man. That looks very, very cool. Again, great texture, beautiful sculpt throughout the face. The beak looks really good. Nostrils are painted in. Very, very nice. Bottom here of the neck. Little spikies down there. Kind of gills over here. Or, you know, scaling. It looks really good. Beautiful. This is what it looks like with the mouth closed. Again, very nice stuff. The teeth look pretty good. Tongue looks good. Very, very cool. Then continuing up the back here. You know, these things, they're not spiky. And I don't know if that's done on purpose. And neither are the nails. Like, you know, so it's you know, these toys are a lot mostly for kids. So I guess you don't want them like all caught up on spikes. And that's good for me. I don't have to get spiked on everything. But going up the back and all the little spikies, they look very nice. You know, again, paint and sculpt work looks good. I did spot another hair. Where'd it go? All right. In there, fiber of some sort. This side looks pretty good too on the back. Now here's the one place I noticed some weird paint is like right there. It feels like that is underpainted. It doesn't look scratched per se. It kind of does actually. That might be a little scratch there. You know, but otherwise, I think it's looking pretty good. Beautiful sculptor out, man. There's no doubt about it. This is awesome. All the way down to the tail. I love the tail. Looks really, really good. The paint scheme, as I was thinking about this morning while I was eating breakfast and having bacon, is very bacony. You got paint over here as well. There's a nice wash on this beige going up the belly. That looks really good. Got some musculature in there. Chest looks really good. Look at all that work. Again, back to the neck. Really, really good. Then you got these back legs here. A lot of nice scaling all going down. Very, very cool. Then the feet and the front of the legs here look good. You have a seam line running through here, but it's not that bad. Not super noticeable. Toes are done in black paint. I like how it looks. Bottom of feet are sculpted. A little number there, but that's alright. Dual claws in the back look alright. Now I'm noticing this part over here, it's like looks like armor, and that looks really cool too. And then you got these awesome wings. Very, very nicely done. Beautiful looking. Now, right now through my viewfinder, this part is coming out kind of like a light orange, but it's actually deep. So we'll see if I could color correct that afterwards or how it looks on playback. But if it's coming out light orange to you guys, I just want to point it out here before I forget. It's actually a dark orange, like a deep orange. So yeah, the color is a little bit off right now. in my viewfinder, so we'll see how that records. But if it's the deep orange, it's good. And maybe I'll write that in for you guys to let you know. Man, this looks great, though. Beautiful, beautiful paint, beautiful sculpt. This is what the interior looks like. Very, very nice. Then there's like fraying at the bottom of the wings, like battle damage. How cool is that? I love that. Really good. And I love how they made this kind of outer part here a little more dark, a lot more dark. It's good. It gradiates nicely. Really nicely done. Beautiful paint all over this guy. Honestly, this is very, very cool. I do think the wingspan, I mean, could be bigger, but I don't know. Proportions aren't bad, you know? For this guy, I dig it. I kind of appreciate that he doesn't have a ton of, it won't take up a ton of space. Yeah, looks is good. The proportions are excellent, you know? For them, again, you know, you could decide what you want with the wings or not. But I guess if his arms were, you know, outstretched, he'd be even, you know, bigger. So it works. It works for me, guys. I really like how it looks. It's very, very nice. Okay, but it's an articulated dragon, so how much articulation do we actually get? Now, the tongue looks articulated, but I don't think it is. I don't know. Is it? I don't think it is. It almost looks articulated, but I can't get it to articulate. The jaw opens and closes. The head moves in a couple spots. Right there and right there. I thought this moved. Oh, no, that's just the jawline. Okay. So neck moves in 2 spots. Not a ton of range of motion, but it moves. Then the wings just move at the shoulders. But it works. It was a little stuck when I got it. And I actually tried in store, and all 3 of them were stuck. So I was like, all right, that's going to need some heat. But it actually didn't. I just kind of... Once I bought it, I wasn't going to do this in store because I didn't want to break anything. I kind of, you know, gently moved it with a little more force, and it freed it up. So that's how the wings move. Floppy flap. Legs just move, you know, at the hips. And then the body does have a joint that moves. It's not the greatest, but you do get a little bit of movement in there, you know. You could probably cut this guy up in a way that's going to free up that movement a little bit. And then the tail is nicely articulated. You got a lot of joints at the tail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 joints. 8 joints that I could discern right now. This thing is getting at the tail. So nice articulation just at the tail, and then you do get a bunch of other ones. So I would say like it's in the league of like the Hammond collection style, you know. Give or take, depending on how you feel. The tail gives you a lot of articulation, but you do get a little less articulation throughout. It does have body movement, which the Hammond does not. So, you know, it's, like I said, give or take. I like it, you know, just the fact that they're making an articulated figure now. I hope that continues. I think it's pretty good. It's a nice trend. If you saw my Ultrazine use, another company that does a little more higher end than Papo, the Rebor. Rebor is doing their first articulated figure too. So good on these companies for expanding into that. I think you're going to get a lot more. You're going to expand your base because a lot of folks are into more articulated figures. So this is a good start for sure. Before we get to size comparisons, I just wanted to show you how cool this looks on a stand. Actually filming this after size comparisons, after everything, because I needed a stand for a picture. This is like a Jurassic Park. I think it was from Amber Collection. stand, and it's pretty good. And just to bring in a size comparison before a size comparison, because I thought it looked pretty cool. Here it is with Kong. So we actually start size comparisons here, despite what I'm about to say in the next section. So for size comparisons, first up, here he is with a NECA Godzilla, and that's a pretty good scale. If they were to fight, I think that would work. Here it is with a Haya Godzilla, and yet again, I think it works. I mean, look at the size of his head compared to Godzilla's head. I think, he works. He works. Here it is with the SH Monster Arts Mitsuzuni. I get the Rathalos, but he's still in a pile. If you watched Mitsuzuni video, he's still in a pile. But yeah, I think with certain things it'll scale pretty well. Obviously, if you got the Rathalos, which is much bigger, it wouldn't, but it'd be like his little baby Rathalos. And if you want him to fight an Ultraman, a Megazord, or a Gundam, here's how it scales with that. And lastly, here it is with another Papo figure with their giant octopus, or my Odaku, But yeah, they're both beautiful. And my final thoughts, this is a really cool figure. Really like it a lot. I'm glad I found it. Again, wasn't looking for it. Totally didn't even think to look for it, honestly. I had been looking for it every once in a while online, right? Since March. But in store, I just didn't really think about it. Yeah, so it was kind of a beautiful surprise, nice shock when I did see it on the shelf. So I couldn't tell you how long it's been there, because I just, I haven't been to the store in quite a while anyway. So I don't know how long it's been out, but it has to be, between March and now. And considering it only went into another US shop that I've seen in the last, I'd say 2 months, it had to be pretty recent. But it's a cool figure. I don't know if it's $42.99 cool, I'll be honest, but I bought it because that is the price, and that is lower than the price I have seen it at so far. So, your mileage is going to vary on that. I'm glad I was able to get it. Again, a nice surprise for me to have found it in store. Wasn't expecting it. And it's cool. It's a cool figure for sure. I really like it. It's a nice, solid first effort. And there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Diversify your collection. Get yourself an articulated dragon if you can. And guys, if you are looking for this, I will pop up an Amazon link the minute it goes up on there. If I can find it, I'll pop it up somewhere. So do stay tuned to my Facebook, or check back here in the description for this and see if it's there. Okay, till next time, peace out, peeps.